Hello everyone. I'm here to talk to you about one small topic, and through that one small topic in the next couple of minutes I want to demonstrate you as to how you should approach history while preparing for civil services examination, and how by understanding history you can understand politics, you can understand international relations, and more importantly develop a wholesome approach which will help you in the civil services examination. Now, to that effect, if you look, for example, recently there's been a discussion of the political turmoil unfolding in Kazakhstan. And to that extent, the political turmoil which has been unfolding in Kazakhstan brings to our discussion often the importance of Central Asia. How important is Central Asia to the interests of modern day India? Well, if you are wondering that how is a distant state like Central Asia important to the interest of the modern Indian state, well, you should learn something from history, and that is about the Kushan Empire. Now, the Kushan Empire, which was the one which existed somewhere around the 1st century AD and the period around it, was one of the most important powerful empires which at its peak extended, if you look at this map, extended all the way up from Central Asia to large parts of North India, including the northern plains, including the important city of Mathura within it. And cities like Takshila, cities like Mathura were important centers of the Kushan Empire. The Kushan Empire thus was the one which linked India to Central Asia in a major way, and northern India to Central Asia in a major way. It also tells you that the Kushan Empire at its peak, if you look at this map, it also kind of should be able to tell you that the word Kushan, one of the most prominent Kushan kings was Kanishka. And Kanishka, who was one of the most prominent Kushan kings, his name itself denotes something very important. Kanishk means in Hindi, it refers to gold. And the Kushans thus were the ones who actually were associated with bringing a large amount of gold into India. How? It came from the fact that the Kushans sat across the important trading routes of Central Asia, or what were called as the Silk routes of Central Asia. And they were the important ones who guarded the Silk routes of Central Asia, passing through Central Asia between China in the east and the Romans in the west. And to that extent, from being the important guarding agents of and the ones who charged the important transit fee on the Silk route, they accumulated a large amount of gold and they brought this gold into India. And as they brought this gold into India, they also took a keen interest in art and culture in India, and to the extent that important centers of sculpture building developed under the Kushans. For example, the ones which developed in Mathura. Mathura became an important site of sculpting, and to that extent, under the Kushans, Mathura became an important site of sculpting under Kushans, and to the extent that a number of idols associated with Buddhism, as well as sculpture making associated with Buddhism, as well as Vaishnavism in Hinduism, also flourished under the Kushans. The Kushan king Kanishka, for example, was also the one who took a keen interest and was a strong proponent of Buddhism, predominantly the Mahayana form of Buddhism. And it is under this Mahayana form of Buddhism that sculpting of Buddha reached newer heights, and Mathura became a prominent site of sculpting of Buddha. And but apart from Mathura, even centers like Takshila, which is in modern day Pakistan, Afghanistan region, also in the modern day Pakistan region, also became an important site of Buddhist learning. And to that extent, you see the spread of Buddhism to Central Asia, the spread of the renewed rise of Mahayana Buddhism, the flourishing of the Central Asian trade routes, all of that is associated with the Kushans. And it tells you that what happens in Central Asia has an important bearing on the interests of the Indian state. If that was in the past, it continues to be relevant even today. And that is why the power which has a major influence on Central Asia will also be having a direct or indirect influence on Indian interests in the region. And that is where it should be able to, I hope I've given you a broad sense of understanding of how Central Asia and what has happened in Central Asia continues to impact the North Indian state, whether it was 2000 years ago or it is today. Now, This is how, whenever you read history, don't read ancient history and consider it to be boring or something which has no relevance today. If you relate it to the present, if you understand that how Central Asia is so closely connected to North India, then you will understand that whatever is happening in Central Asia has a huge impact on North India as well. And I hope that this has given you a broad idea or a broad sense. Using such an integrative approach is the key to preparing for UPSC in a holistic manner. So from 24th January, Shubhra Ranjan IAS, in collaboration with Target IAS, is launching the GS Foundation course in Hyderabad, and we hope to see you there soon. Thank you.